Now we're going to do a first light on the garment. Now the light sits, in an icon, the light sits on whatever's closest to you, and also where the mass of the human body is. What it is the light shining. The light is not shining on these people. The light's coming right out of their bodies. So there's a lot of mass in an arm, top of an arm, a shoulder that is going to be bright there. If this wasn't here, it'd be quite bright. And you'd see brightness in the belly because, the light's shining through. So, and we're using, and it looks a little bright. We can darken it slightly if you like.
That's Celadon.
It's Celadon.
So you want to...
This brush doesn't hold a point, so I will go back to my original plan. I think I'll put a little bit of Storm in it, just to deepen it.
Storm blue.
Storm blue. And the light on the garment's usually done in three colors. You have the first color, and it's pretty broad. It covers a lot more area, and it has an intense part. And the light in icons, you'll notice when it's lit, the light might be very bright in one section, and as further away you get from that brightness, it sort of diminishes and dissolves and disappears. So you have to work a little bit transparently, and that means I need a little bit of medium, just a little bit to keep it transparent. Thank you. This is a binder so you can dilute your paint. If you put too much water in paint without a binder, it's not going to stick to the board. So this is like the glue it's in all paints, but I'm going to tint it slightly. Make it just a little bit deeper. And always have a paper towel in your hand, in your other hand, if you're right-handed. Put it in your left hand. After you load your brush, you want to unload it a little bit because it might have too much paint on it. This line got a little wavy, but that's okay. We straighten it out. I mean, when we do it. See? Now, working transparently. It's going to be brighter up here than it is further down. It sort of diminishes. That's just one pass. I'll probably go over it a few more times. Now, it's very bright here. Sometimes you have to turn your icon to get it good. It doesn't look very intense right now, but I'll build it up slowly. His arm's under there, so it has to be shown. Top of the arm. You know where the garment touches the skin? It's a little brighter because it's closer to the skin. It diminishes as it goes down because it's further away from his arm. So it's going to be very bright across the top of that. And diminishes as it goes down. I'll probably have to do this a few times with this color to develop a little more intensity. The center of the belly is the brightest part, so you can start out with some pretty bold lines if you'd like. Tops of the folds are a little brighter than the bottoms of the folds. Okay, and this area, because his arm is behind here, you want it a little bit bright there. This area stays in shadow. Wherever you put this color, you can do a second light. If you don't have the color underneath, you can't do a second light. So this light is going to cover a good deal of the garment. So now I'm making them a little more intense, a little more deliberate looking. You can put like little tails down here. It's going to be real bright because it draws attention to his arm, and it's important. Plus his arm is in front of his hole. It's closest to you, so it's going to be brighter. Well, this is just the first light, so I keep doing that, don't I? Get carried away with my stress. And sometimes when you're doing a fold that's, there's different parts of a fold, some of it goes in, some of it comes out. The ones that come out is going to be the brightest. The inward part of the fold, you're going to leave it in shadow or in shading. So sometimes use what I call railroad tracks when you see something like that. Let's see. turn it this way. Go a little bit more transparent because this dims as it goes over here. And you also notice in iconography that even though this is just one big piece of fabric, they're kind of wrapped up in. They always show a cuff and a lapel. It's kind of a fold that reads as a lapel. So a little bit of attention is drawn to that. So I don't know what that white thing is. Well, there's the first light. I'm going to do another demo on the second light.
Okay.
So it's celadon and a little white.
He's doing another.
Celadon and a little white.
Probably.
Very little white. Well, a little white. Because you know, everything we do, it dries darker than. You know what I mean? It dries darker. So now you start to. The area that we're lighting is going to be even more reduced. So, but the bright spots are always going to be in the same place. And I'm just using a little bit of celadon and a little bit of white. See, I got some railroad tracks going on. This can only sit on, your first light.
Do you mix it with medium?
No, don't need it.
Okay.
This is going to be very strong, sharp, crisp. Okay? Not this fading out stuff like we did on the first one. But you get the effect of diminishing light. Even though this paint is going to be just the same intensity as the beginning of the stroke and the end, if it's thinner, it's going to read a little dimmer. You know what I mean? But it'll still be the same exact color, if you know what I mean. This is going to be a little bit bright here. I don't like that too much. I rub it off. I wanted a nice taper to the stroke. That means sometimes shaping your brush to a point. Press and lift. So don't paint on the line, paint near it. For me to get a good straight line, I have to do it this way and pull it to myself. That looks nice.
Looks really nice. Wow.
Okay. This one's going to be even brighter because of his arm is right here, you know. The little railroad track going on there. You see that?
Yep.
Connecting things. It's pretty effective. And tapering strokes, dart shapes. Even dots are okay, you know, but you don't want to get, oops, you see that? I picked up the wrong color. Something like
Here, right?
Yeah. That's what
Oh, there it is. I'm gonna mix up some more color. Is that pretty much it? I think so. Maybe it's a, well, I like it. I think it's a better color. It's a little brighter, possibly, but it looks nice. Maybe it's a little too bright, but I like it. Okay. Remember, this is the center of the belly, so it's going to be the brightest part. Just put a couple dots to lighten it up too. It's okay. Start out small. You can always make it bigger. And because I did that railroad track that way, maybe I'll do this one, you know, just to keep it interesting. You got to put some light on it somewhere. And that's the part that's closest to you, the viewer. That looks nice. So this color is very bold. And sitting on the pillow of the first light. This needs to be bright right here because that'll accent his arm. You can see it needs to be bright right there too, a little bit. You can look at it and say, oh, that's where it needs to go. But it would be tapering. That's a little, I don't like that too much, so I'll take it off. It should have been not as blunt. Sharpening, sharpening, sharpening to a point. That's what I meant to do. Just a little dark. Just a few lines of that triangle. That's all you need. I'm going to put the other side of this fold on, but not much else on that fold. Just straighten that a little bit more. Okay, now for the final. Might as well do it because it's pretty minimal. Spread it right across the arm, the belly, and that part of the shoulder, a little bit there. Always start where it's brighter. You can make it grow, but if you start in a dim spot, it gets a little crazy real fast. So. This last highlight is pretty much just lines. Occasionally you might make a shape, but it would have to be on a really bright spot. Mostly it would be just a line here and there. I'll make a shape here, so. You know what I mean. I might switch to an even smaller liner brush.
Liner brush?
Oh, liner
I have one laying on my desk.
I have a liner brush right
Liner.
Okay.
This is what I want. Just something with a really narrow string of brushes. The only thing I don't like about this palette is there's no place to pull your brush to straighten. So I'll do it on. If you spin it and pull it, it'll sharpen it, to a point. Right?
This is medium, but to mix is this one.
Should be a little bit brighter. Where's the white? Oh, right there. I'm going to make this even a little brighter. Just don't get carried away with this. It's just pretty minimal. I won't even put one there.
That's better.
You know? It doesn't go everywhere. Oops. And the belly just gets a little bit. In the center of the belly. gold again if you want. I think it's nice. When you put the dark lines on it, it'll really pop. All right.